Black girls, if you want to grow your hair long, then you are in the right place. And this is coming from someone who struggled with growing her hair after having it break off. And my hair would break off right about here. And this was with my hair straight. For years, I would have breakage and I could never get it to grow long. And I figured out what hair needs. I started my own company and I have helped so many other people start growing their hair long. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. First of all, your hair is always growing. You do not need to take any hair oils or growth vitamins. Your hair was going to grow anyway, whether you were using these things or not. They just make you feel good, like you're doing something, but they are just a waste of money. So remember that. The reason why your hair isn't growing long is because it's breaking off faster than you can grow it. And that was the issue with me. My hair would grow to about this length and then it felt like it was stuck. No, my ends were breaking off. They were disintegrating. It was like my hair's life journey made it to this point and then it was like, I'm done. But we don't want that. We want our hair to stay hydrated and maintained so that it can continue to grow and we can see that length, right? So you're like, okay, I get it. I get it. Your genetics plays a role in that. It tells you how fast your hair is growing. It tells you maybe your curl pattern, your density, and also the structure of your hair. That's your genetics. But to grow your hair long is going to be your routine. Okay? It's some people not everyone's gonna get that, but I don't think everyone wants their hair down to their ankles. No, I don't. So it's not going to be your genetics. Because notice how you'll see Black women whose hair would be breaking off no matter what, and then they lock their hair, and then their hair gets long. Now, their genetics did not just kick in. They were retaining length, and their hair wasn't breaking off, and vice versa. I know people who had their hair locked, and it was long. Once they took out the locks, they're like, why can't my hair grow? It's breaking off. Okay, let's get to the tips. Let's learn. What did we learn? Okay, keep your hair hydrated. Hydration is so important especially when it comes to natural hair. Coily hair, curly hair needs hydration. It maintains the elasticity in your hair. It keeps your hair from breaking off. So imagine now everything you have been doing has been fighting hydration. If you are putting off your wash day, you're not hydrating your hair. Shampoo removes buildup and gunk from your hair so that your hair can get hydrated. So if you're not shampooing your hair, you're not hydrating it. If you're not using products such as the moisturizing hair pudding that's water soluble, that has oils and butters incorporated in them, that's going to smooth the cuticle down so that it locks that moisture into your hair, then you are not hydrating your hair. And those are the reasons why your hair is breaking off easily. The hair dries out maybe after a couple days. You have to wet it again. That's not hydrating your hair. You're just wetting it. And every time you wet your hair, you're causing the cuticle to lift. Yes, we want our cuticle to lift to absorb moisture, but if it's doing that over time, think of the cuticle like the shingles on your roof, right? And the roof is constantly being battered by rain and force. Your roof is going to fall apart sooner than later. It's like the shingles on a roof, it lifts. But if you're causing it to lift over and over and over again, you're causing more damage to your hair. So you want to make sure that you are locking that moisture in for as long as you can. And usually, like when I say as long as you can, like every 7 days, because then your hair dries out eventually. You want to rewash your hair, but you don't want to have to do this more than every 3 days, for example. And the last thing is heat drying. If you are air drying your hair, you are causing the inner layers of your hair to become weaker, right? So your hair is held to the strands, the innermost layers are held together by what's called the cell membrane complex. And every time you wet your hair, it breaks down. But if you leave your hair wet in that state, it causes damage. And that's why you might notice you have like these straight, stringy pieces just sticking out. You might notice that your hair is lifeless. It's limp. It feels like gummy. It's not holding moisture. Then you might have over moisturized your hair. And one of those ways is by air drying. So let's go back and recap everything we just learned. So, one, genetics does not grow long hair because your hair is growing anyway. It's how you're maintaining your hair. Oils, butters, hair vitamins, they're not going to make your hair grow. They're not going to make your hair grow faster because your hair is growing anyway. They just make you feel good like you're doing something. And then you want to make sure that you are maintaining your hair by washing it weekly, using a good leave-in like the moisturizing hair pudding to lock that moisture in. And then you want to heat dry your hair. And that is how you get length retention and long hair.